Welcome to Facts, Fiction and Faraway Lands, your Friday ticket to wonder, words and the wide world. Why does my stomach growl when I'm hungry? You're hungry and mama is still cooking food. Your stomach starts to growl. Then you eat food and the growling stops. What's all this about growling? Guess what? Your stomach growls all the time. Working to digest all the food you eat is a full-time job. Inside your digestive system, food and liquids are broken down to be used by your body. In the process, gas and air bubbles get mixed in too, and those get noisy. If you hear the growling, it means that your stomach is empty. If you don't hear any sound, there is still probably food left there from the last time you ate. Food muffles or softens your stomach's digestive sounds, like a pillow held over a ringing phone. Shankar and Parvati were a kind and hard-working couple. They lived near the river Ganga and grew vegetables. They were happy, but they really wished for a child. One evening, while sitting by the river, Shankar saw a beautiful golden mermaid. He said, "I came to see the world above the water." When Shankar told her about his wish for a daughter, the mermaid smiled and gave him a blessing. Soon, Shankar and Parvati had a baby girl. They named her Ganga. She was very beautiful and her parents loved her very much. Shankar gave her everything she wanted, but Parvati said, "We should teach her to be kind too." Shankar thought Ganga would learn on her own. What was the need to teach kindness? As Ganga grew older, she became proud of her beauty. She made fun of people who didn't look as good as her. When boys came to ask for her hand in marriage, she made fun of how they looked. People started calling her bitter-tongued Ganga. Shankar felt sad and went back to the river. He asked the mermaid for help again. She appeared and said, "Every time Ganga is about to say something unkind, I will whisper in her ear. If she listens, things will go well. If not, she may face trouble." For a while, Ganga listened to the whispering voice and became softer in her words. One day, she agreed to marry a man named Satish. On the wedding day, she saw a small mark on his neck and almost changed her mind. It was not perfect. But the voice said, "It's just a mark. Don't say anything now." Ganga stayed quiet and the wedding went on. After some time, she started arguing with Satish and kept thinking only about her beauty. Later, when Ganga had a baby girl, she was not happy. The baby didn't look like her and Ganga felt upset. She didn't want the baby and shouted at the kind voice. The mermaid appeared and was angry. You have forgotten love and kindness, she said. From now on, the vegetables in your field will look nice, but they will taste bitter, just like your words. Shankar and Parvati begged her to forgive them. Shankar said, "It's my fault. I didn't teach her when she was small." The mermaid calmed down and said, "The bitter grove will still grow well and help people stay healthy, but it will always taste bitter. Let it remind everyone to be kind." And so, the bitter gourd became a special vegetable. Even though it tastes bitter, it helps people stay healthy. And its story teaches us that how we treat others is more important than how we look. Being kind is more beautiful than being good looking. This week, we continue our travel to Belgium in the European continent. If we remember, the capital of Belgium is Brussels. Let's take a look at the world map again to spot Belgium. Now, for another fun fact about Belgium. Look at the picture first. What do you see? What do you feel? Yes! Isn't it surprising? Manneken-Pis, meaning little pissing man in Dutch, is a famous and beloved bronze fountain sculpture located in the heart of Brussels, Belgium. The small statue, standing at approximately 21.9 inches tall, depicts a little boy cheerfully peeing into the fountain's basin. There are numerous legends surrounding its origin. Here are a few popular ones. The boy hero. A boy saves Brussels by pissing on a burning fuse. The lost duke. A duke's son found pissing after battle, bringing good luck. The witch's curse. A boy pissed on witch's doorstep and got cursed. Regardless of the true origin, Manneken-Pis has come to symbolize the spirit, resilience, and humor of the people of Brussels. If you happen to visit Brussels, do go and see this statue. Let's start with a riddle. What is it that you write on, read from, tear into pieces, or crumple into a ball? Think, think, think. You got it. It's paper. The invention of paper was a game-changing moment in history. Paper making can be traced back to about 1900 years ago when Cai Lun, an official at the Imperial Court of China, created paper using mulberry, fibers, fish nets, old rags, and hemp waste. The knowledge of paper making spread eastward from China, reaching Central Asia and the Middle East. By the 14th century, paper mills were established in Europe, particularly in Spain, Italy, and France. Imagine a world without paper. No books, no letters, no drawings. I also learnt about paper for the first time today. Was it your first time too? The word of the week is klutz. We spell it as Klutz. A klutz is someone who's clumsy and often drops things or bumps into things by mistake. An oops moment in a museum. In 2020, a klutz in an Italian museum tried to take a selfie and ended up tripping and falling into a 200-year-old statue. In this accident, a few of the statue's toes broke. That's a sad accident. Are you a klutz? Sometimes, rarely, all the time. I am often a klutz. I keep breaking and dropping things. So next time you bump into a chair or spill your juice, just smile and say, "Oops, I am being a bit of a klutz today." That wraps up another magical stop in facts, fiction, and faraway lands. Until next time, keep wondering. If you loved today's journey, don't forget to tap like, hit subscribe, and share it with your family and friends. Let the spread magic of learning. Bye, Story Explorers. Ciao.